Good day, this 194th day, Meaningful Moments, 365 days. Today is a rainy day here in Chicagoland, and it's been rainy for about, maybe 3 days or so. And there's just this kind of continual gray overcast, and so really wanting to see the sun. But I decided to take this time to really enjoy listening to the raindrops. Enjoy these raindrops that were actually bringing memories to me, not just in a reflective or a nostalgic way, but in a way that felt like, oh yeah, I've known this before. Somewhere inside of me, it's landing these little thoughts like a residue, or joining with a residue that's already inside. And I first noticed it a few days ago, so it's like a string of different events that came together. And a few days ago, we were celebrating an 8th grade graduation for our step-grandson, and watching all the different families that were there. And here I am with my adult son and my other adult teenage son, and some of my step-grandsons, in that middle school age and getting ready to go to high school, and then the young families, the other, families that are like my son and his partner's age, with little ones, toddlers, babies, and just watching, the effort that was going into finding what they wanted to eat, making sure that they were playing in a kind, generous way with one another, sharing all those kinds of things. And if any of you are parents, you can relate to those times, and barely being able to sit down and eat themselves, the parents, because they were busy attending to the children and making sure their needs were met. And just watching this patience and exuding this beautiful love and care around the children. And it made me think of those times, and it made me think of times when I had an overabundance of it, and other times where it felt like I was really on the short wick of whatever the needs were. And then the next day, and even this morning, I was playing with my cats, and I could watch my younger cat running around in that playful way, and something emerging out of me that was attending to her with that patience, and then looking at my older cat and him kind of done with that game, that silliness, as he kind of looks on and not so interested in running around and chasing feathers and things like that. But I could remember times again when I felt that patience with him and that attempt to try to attend to his asking what he needed, and other times when I felt on that short wick of it. And then last night it came again when I was watching Tiny Home Nation or something, and I was watching these young parents talking about their children and how they were giving up their bigger home and so many of the different things that they were doing so that they could have this lifestyle that was just going to be more conducive to them having more family time, more time to really be present with one another, more time to really be able to enjoy just the simplicity of life and the goodness of it, and how they were doing this to help model this for their children, and to really be present in that moment of the age their children were, and where they were right then and there. And all of this was just like this steady rainfall, these raindrops that just kept trickling down upon me, you know, and observing this, observing the residue within inside of me of all those times, all those experiences that I've lived. And perhaps you can relate to that as you know, go through different cycles in life. That's like one of the blessings, to be able to look back and see all of this with so much more clarity about ourselves, you know, about where not only we have come from and through, but also what, you know, our children and our children's children are now experiencing, and we're watching these stages unfold. And I had someone tell me long time ago, like another little raindrop falling upon me, you know, really appreciate this moment, like when, you know, I had the nursing baby and the other one in diapers, and, you know, another one that was, you know, running around and doing different things to help out me, you know, that felt like, you know, cooking in one hand with one spoon and baby on the hip on the other, and, you know, tugging at my legs and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, just remembering all that, and remembering this person telling me, you know, really appreciate this moment. And of course, I heard that, and I took that in and tried to take it in, you know, but I was just there in that moment. I couldn't possibly understand the depth of that wisdom and what it meant till now. And here I have these raindrops, and of course I'm sharing this with my own children, and, you know, the fact that, you know, my grandchildren are experiencing this now, when I see the parents are trying, and then I see, you know, where they have the infinite patience, and then times when they fall short of that, and just watching all of that life, all of that continual raindrops informing us, allowing us to expand, to grow in this grace, of life. So that's what this meaningful moment was, as I traversed across, quantum leaped across generations, years, cycles, life, raindrops and residue, and so honored to be in this moment, viewing it all, and so full of wonder about what is still yet to come. So perhaps you're in one of those places where you are that young parent, or you are that adult parent, or you are that grandparent, and perhaps you're watching things around you, or even if you have no kids and you're just watching the changes of being an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, and, you know, watching this unfold in front of you, these different cycles of life. And hopefully you have like a rain barrel that's collecting all the raindrops, and then down at the bottom just leaving all this precious, beautiful minerals, the residue that gets to nourish and nurture us as we recycle it and live it. So, for you, all the dear, precious souls out there on this journey of life, may you find all that well-being in the raindrops and the residue. Aho.